Hello and welcome everyone to a very special episode of Makersplace Whale. I'm really excited and honored to be here today with one of the most talented and my personal favorite producers in the dance music world. I'm here with Guy Lawrence. He's one of the half Grammy nominated duo Disclosure. And we're here to talk about their latest NFT collaboration with Reuben Dangoor. And so welcome, Guy.
Hi, Heather. How you doing?
Really good. Really excited.
I like how you
here.
said half Grammy nominated. It sounded like I was
nominated.
Half a Grammy.
You should have won that Grammy, but
it's probably
aside
true
from that,
because me and Howard would have to share it, so it would be half.
You'd have to cut it in half. How would you do it? Just cut it, or split?
I have to give it to a blacksmith.
Split visitation rights.
We have to visit it. Put it in a museum. Go and see it.
This isn't actually your first foray into NFTs. You've done a live production of a tune on Twitch, and then you minted it on Zora. This was back in, I think it was March, correct? Yeah. Let me drop in the link for that. If you guys want to check that out, you can check out the process video. I'm going to put that in stream text. So it's cool to see you back in the space, working with Reuben. Can you tell us how you started working with him and how the collaboration process was?
Yeah, so with Reuben specifically, my managers know his manager and him. He's done artwork and just various visual design pieces for an artist called Slow Tie, who my managers signed to the record label, and he also features on our last album on a song called My High. So we know him really well.
I love that song.
And thank you. Yeah, we know him well and his team, because he always has amazing videos and visuals, and everything he does is quite shock value and punk and. Anyway, Reuben's done some stuff for him, and that's the link of where I first saw Reuben's stuff. But that aside, I'm just primarily a fan of Reuben's work, mostly. I just, was looking through his Instagram and his various pieces that he's done over the last few years, and I was just like, this guy's sick. And we just happened to have a good link in there. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I've been hitting up artists this whole time, because, like you said, the Zora piece was my own creation that I did, but we've had drops on a few other platforms as well. Like we did a Nifty drop. We've done I did a live auction of the Disclosure face on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which was that was a big night for us as well. Which I've experimented in the scene a lot, and every time I've worked with a visual artist, it's always primarily just because I'm a fan of what they do. So
that's cool.
I hit them up and be like, look, if you like me enough, then see what you can do with the face. That's basically the brief. It's always just we have this iconic kind of Disclosure face logo that people know us for more than the word, if anything, and definitely more than my actual face. It's that's the brand. And so it's been quite an easy space to get into in terms of generating the idea, because I literally just go up to various people and go, what is your version and idea for the face, which has remained relatively unchanged for 10 years.
Yeah.
And so Reuben put it on Mars, which is sick.
So cool. Yeah. I was wondering, how was the collaboration process insofar as what came first? Was it the music? Was it the visuals? Did you have a concept and then you did both together? I'm really curious about how that worked.
The reason I wanted to get into the NFT scene is because I was interested about how it could be the reverse of making a music video, because I've never liked making music videos. It's always the song is done and it comes first, and then you sort of get a director to give their interpretation of what the song means lyrically, vibe-wise, and the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we're in the video and I'm like, I don't even really like doing that. So it's just it's not my thing.
Yeah.
Whereas NFTs, I was like, this is great because the visuals can come first, and then I can have all the fun with making the music that I think it sounds like. So it's the other way around. So I've always said to the person, if we're going to do this, I want you to go first with no music. You know, listen to my back catalog if you like and get some vibe of where we're at. But all you get is the face. I just send them the Photoshop file of the face and that's it. And then they get to put it in whatever world they want to put it in. And Reuben's gone with this intergalactic monolithic stone face thing. And that's literally what you're looking at right now is what I saw, not the video version, just a still version, like a rough sketch of that. And so I thought it looked pretty mega and solid and like there's this rave going on. So I drew the meaning from that into the music rather than the other way around like you do for a music video. So it's much more fun for me because I just have it up on my big screen in the studio here and I just sort of stare at it and make a bunch of noises until one seems to fit. So this one is like very techy and like really like quite pumping and rolling. And I think I got all of that from this giant solid structure. It needed to be like quite a heavy beat. We're moving through space. And then, you know, it's kind of, there's a gadget there that's making beeps and boops. So I thought it needed a bunch of beeps and boops. So it's a very literal like depiction of what I'm seeing is what I'm trying to generate the music with. And that's fun for me because I never do that. Usually it's wake up in the morning, I've got an idea in my head, I'm whistling it in the shower or I'm like beatboxing it or Howard's got a lyric or some chords and we just jam. This is much more like, what am I seeing here? What does it sound like? It's a cool process.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm always curious about music NFTs and like what comes first. And I know that it's hard for a lot of musicians to work on music videos because it's like they're not even thinking about that when the song is done, and it's like
some do. Some people have, like Sam Smith for instance. Sam has the video done in the studio while we're writing a song.
That's wild.
It's crazy. There'll be acting going on, there'll be a dance going on. It's like, wow, like Sam really gets the whole process. I just like making beats, you know, in my room. I'm just like, I like making cool noises, and the only long-term thing I ever think about is this going to translate on the dance floor? It's never about what's the artwork to the tune, what's the video. So this really has ignited that for me in a way that I can get on board with because the visual comes first. So it's a different way of doing it.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, your tunes absolutely always translate to the dance floor. I feel like no matter what like genre you guys go into, it just always slaps. And like I said to you earlier, it makes me feel 1,000 feet tall. So
oh, thank you.
You're reaching your goals with what you're creating.
Good. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we're just all about big positive energy for the people. That's
totally
what you
feel
want.
That. That's what it's all about, right? Like as a creator, you just want to make people feel good. Like
I guess. Well, unless you want to make them feel sad and have a cry.
Unless you want to make them feel sad,
and people do that very well.
But just want to make people feel connect.
Yeah, my thing is making people feel good. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, totally. So as a side question, I was actually really delighted when you guys did this was back in, 2020. You did a live set in Plitvice Lakes, which is like the most magicalest place in the world. Oops, I think I went to the wrong video.
That's the one.
Yeah, I thought it was so sick that that they let you do it even with the headphones, because I know they're really strict about sound and everything there.
Well, there was no sound, no speakers. So it was a very strange situation. No crowd and no sound. I was like, is this even a DJ set? If it
you guys are like taking your headphones off to listen for the speaker, and you're like, oh wait,
yeah, you'd be like really in the zone. You'd be like, cool, this is done. That oh shit, there's nothing here. Bang, back on. Yeah, but it was stunning. I mean, I'm big into spending as much time as possible in nature, and a lot of the more recent songs have been inspired by patterns in nature and maths and science in terms of like repetitive patterns, fractals, numbers in nature. And so being in a place like that, playing the music that we were kind of loosely, not solely, but loosely thinking and studying about that stuff while writing the latest album, energy and the way it flows. It was a real it was perfect. I mean, it would have been nice to have some people dancing, but at the same time, playing to a bunch of trees is not bad. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that place feels like it's literally where fairies come from.
I've been to Croatia a bunch of times too, and I'd never heard of that place. And that's the first place I would go back. It's absolutely stunning. Like the water is as blue as it looks there. It's really beautiful.
The cameras don't even do it justice. it's absolutely magical there. So I was going to ask, do you plan on doing any other events like that in nature or somewhere else, or back at Flitfist in the future?
I would definitely do some stuff again with Circle specifically. The guys who that's their thing is
Who organized it?
Yeah, they take, that's the YouTube channel, and it's their whole thing is taking DJs and performers to unbelievable locations. Because you need a bit of an infrastructure to do it. Like you need satellite internet and all this really crazy. Because we did it live, you know, it's like a live stream, one take. So yeah, you have to plan that, and I wouldn't want to plan it, but I would definitely do it again with them for round 2. They hit us up about that because they saw our album cover and were like, we found it in real life. We found the album cover. Like our last album was the Disclosure face made of rivers and mountains. They're like, we found the actual real life place. So yeah, if they came to us again with another idea like that, I'd be all over it. They were great guys.
That's super cool. So like speaking of live events, I was curious if you had any designs on doing VR events. For example, Australian producer Alice in Wonderland, she recently created this whole world in the metaverse called Wonder Quest, and to get her fans acquainted with the NFT space and the use cases of NFTs, they did a free drop with these digital wearables that serve as a ticket to all of her online events forever. So I was curious if you had any plans on doing something like that in the future.
Yeah, nothing in the diary, but yes, it's definitely on the cards. I mean, I spend a lot of time, I feel like, in the metaverse because I spend so much time on Twitch, streaming from my studio and doing breakdowns and, you know, making music. So I know that's not the actual metaverse, but yeah, I'm very much like in the cloud somehow.
Yeah, in the cloud.
Yeah, I'm good friends with people who've done it. Like I know Diplo did it a bunch, and Dylan Francis has done it loads. And yeah, they're right. Oh wait, we did do one thing. We did Burning Man last year. They did a virtual thing. They recreated Burning Man with a few stages, and yeah, we closed out one of the stages. But I think it was just audio only, and then we designed a bunch of visuals for it. That's right, yeah. So it wasn't quite the same, but yeah, I'm down for it, man. Like the whole space. I mean, it's pretty much all I talk about now to people is like how game changing this whole thing is. And I first got into the whole NFT crypto years ago, but at the NFT world in like December 2020. Like honestly, not December 2019, or I can't even remember now. Either way, before it all popped off again and Bitcoin surged this time around, I've sort of reached out to my own Discord and I was like, does anyone know anyone who's doing cool music stuff in the blockchain world? And they recommended that I hit up Blau, Justin. And I hit him up and he was a fan, and you know, we'd never met, but we knew of each other. And he just taught me and helped me so much. It was before he did his big auction where he went stratospheric with the whole thing.
That was
so he had some time to sort of teach me about what this is gonna be for musicians in, you know, years to come, and how good it is for up and comers as well as, you know, people who are already established, hopefully. And so it's been a wild journey. And the first NFT that I made, like you mentioned, the one that was on Zora, I think that was the first song that anyone had ever made live on a stream and then minted. So yeah, that blew my mind, because I'd been making beats on Twitch every day for all of lockdown, and I made this one and I decided to mint it, whatever that meant. And some guy bought it for like 43 ETH. And I was like, oh my God.
It's tremendous. That's awesome.
This is an amazing thing. And you know, that's ridiculous. And I feel like that stuff's not really what I'm the most excited about. It's the collectible stuff that I'm most excited about these days. It's like the NFT I'm most sort of happy with that we created, like an art piece, was the last drop we did with Nifty was this like spinning gold face thing. And we did a bronze one, a silver one, and a gold one. The bronze and silver ones didn't really sell, but the bronze one we sold loads because it was really cheap. And loads of my fans bought it, and now they're all sort of trading it in and amongst themselves. And that for me is like most exciting, is how we can engage the fans and bring them along for the ride as well, because I haven't done that really in any other way other than teaching music a bit on Twitch. So I think for what's planned, at least what's going to happen in the scene eventually soon, with hopefully things like collective ownership of masters, collective ownership of songs with you and your fans, collective ownership of even anything like profits made on a tour. You could literally fractionalize anything with this thing. And once that is all sorted legally with securities and all the rest of it, it's a crazy world. Like, I really feel very lucky to be as informed as I am, thanks to people like Justin and like Blondish and the rest of them, because they all saw it coming long before me, and now I'm just here, messing around, having fun with the scene.
It's such a cool space, and I feel like what it's created is this symbiotic relationship between collectors and fans and creators, because if you're selling it on the secondary market as a collector, it's a win for you, it's a win for the artist, and it kind of behooves the collectors and creators to continue a relationship. And it's just different than traditional space of how things work. And it's cool to see how supportive different artists are. They can be making really similar art and they're still sharing each other's art. Like, hey, check it out. This other 3D artist is doing this amazing work, and everybody wins. It's really utopian to me.
That's why I think it's very important that for people like me coming into the space already with a big following, it's tricky to navigate, to be honest. It can easily look like a money grab. Perhaps not so much now, but at the start, like for the first few months of this year, it was very much like, here's everyone at once coming in. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I tried to be as creative as I could with it, like making a song live from scratch. Even when we auctioned off the Disclosure Face NFT, that was a live DJ set with me doing the auction live. I didn't want it to be anything really other than like new and fun and experimenting with the tech. And so, and only working with like people who are still a little bit more up and coming. I haven't reached out to Beeple, for instance. Like, he's killing it. I want to work with people who want to be Beeple.
That's awesome,
because that's how we've done it with music too. We have worked with some bigger names now. But I mean, to be honest, when we worked with those names, they weren't that big. They've gone on to do great things. And I think a lot of people kind of look to see who we're working with now and again as a little like, oh, maybe this is someone I'll like. Maybe it's someone I could listen to. Yeah. Not saying like we're the hit discoverers or anything. Like, that's just crazy that, we got our first song with Sam. And I mean, we worked with The Weeknd as well before The Weeknd like really exploded big time. But, for me, it's fun to work with people at that stage because they're so hungry for it and they really want to work. And like the level that Reuben's delivered on this, from what we started with, was just the initial sketch of like that one drawing. Now we've got there's 10 variations. Like, we've got the mystery box, we've got the monolith, like 2 mystery boxes, we've got that thing as well, 10 of those, and the video piece. Like, he's just gone the extra mile, and all of that stuff just came around in the last couple of weeks. We had just the monolith before, and then
that's so cool.
Then we reached out to Makers, and Makers were like, we can really push this. And then Reuben had that extra little let's go the whole 9 yards and let's do more. So
that's awesome.
You get that from people when they're really hungry for it and wanting to work.
And when you have that that connection with the other, in the collaboration, when you have a connection with another creator, it just flows and you just want to do it because you're just so excited.
Exactly, man. And he's already killing it in his own space. I'm not saying he's totally up and coming. He's already established, smashing it. But I think I want to work with people who want to just push the boundaries a bit and try some and have fun. I really don't think this NFT thing needs to be as serious as it is sometimes.
No,
it can be
it's a playground, totally.
Just mess around. I kind of there's some stuff on that Dylan Francis has minted before that's just made me laugh so much. Like a picture of him and Diplo in cowboy outfits or something. I'm like, sure, why not? Have fun with it. It's I've always said with crypto, it's like I'm in it for the memes, basically. I'm in it for funny memes.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much out there. Like you can degen into things, and then there's a lot of stuff that, has a lot of meaning behind it. And, getting back to this drop, your one of one comes with unlockable content. It comes with song stems, and you get the original image and the sketch. And there's the mystery boxes, which I don't know if you can talk about before the auction ends, but
I haven't been told not to, so who knows?
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Am I allowed? Maybe you know more than me. All I know is there's some variations of stuff in a box, and if you are lucky, you'll get the rare one, and if you're not as lucky, you'll still get a dope NFT. So what's not to like?
It's amazing.
Yeah, the main one of one there does come with some nice goodies, I must say. It's the most stuff that I've attached to any NFT before. Yeah, so you get the actual stems to the song. So you got the drums, the bass, the synths, some of the samples. So, if you're into music and you want to sort of get behind the scenes a bit of a Disclosure song, I mean, I've never given out stems before except for people to remix the song with, which the person, whoever wins, is welcome to do. Like, I'm not giving them the rights to the song, but I mean, I don't think I'm planning on releasing it in any other way. So, the stems can just exist wherever they want to exist. I'm happy to just let that be out there. So whoever wins it gets the say on that one. It also comes with like a screenshot of the final Logic project as well. And yeah, a little sketch, the first sketch that Reuben sent me when I first started sort of creating the song. So the whole process is in there. Yeah, it should be interesting, especially if it's a music nerd or someone who picks it up in the end. I think they'll get a lot from it.
Yeah, we only have about an hour and 23 minutes left on that auction. So
time for a sound effect.
Get on that.
See, if I hadn't done Twitch, I wouldn't have known anything about this, but now I can do that.
It's the best. Yeah, I really want to go to a rave on Mars. It looks like it would be sick.
Yeah, I do believe that one of the NFTs is a free pass to our first show on Mars. So if you turn up at the door and you have
the one of one, can you go?
If you have that one of one on your ledger, I'll definitely let you in.
Just hop on Elon Musk's spaceship and you can go to their first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to the Mars.
So we have a lot of questions from stream texts.
Yeah, hit me up. Let's go.
All right, so I'm just gonna go in order that I've received them.
Where are people watching from right now? On the Discord?
They're watching. Yeah, they're watching on the discord.dg whale Discord, and they're also. Discord. Thank you. And yeah, we're also streaming on Twitch, on the whale Twitch and Makersplace Twitch and Periscope.
So everyone, come join the Disclosure Discord. There you go. I said it.
Yes,
it's popping. I think we just reached 13,000 members.
Amazing. Let's go. Yeah, let me drop the links again for everybody in our Discord too. And if you want to go to the Disclosure Discord, it's just discord.dg/disclosure. And definitely join the whale Discord, discord.dg whale, if you want to get in the stream text and ask a couple questions before Guy has to go. Okay. The question is, do you have any plans to push for the creation of an NFT Grammy category and maybe an NFT representation of the award for the winners? It's an interesting question.
Wow, yeah. That's the first time I've thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah. That would
I don't know. Sense. I'd have to think about that, to be honest. I mean, I don't take the Grammys very seriously anyway, to be honest. So for me, if I was to say yes, it's not like I think it really matters.
Right.
But should there be some sort of perhaps specific NFT awards? Sure. Yeah. Fine. But yeah, I don't know, because like if you're saying that, it's like, do we then need to include film in the Grammys? I think they do, right? They do film music and they do theatre music. So yeah, I reckon probably. Yeah, that's probably should be a thing. But yeah. I mean, yeah, we're not boasting. We've been nominated for 12 Grammys and won 0. And I know that Snoop Dogg is the record holder for most nominations and no wins. 17.
So insane.
We're coming for Snoop Dogg is the plan. I don't want to win now. I just want to get 18 nominations so we can be at the top of that chart.
That's hilarious. I'm sure you'll get there with I'm sure you'll get there with the way things are with the Grammys. Sorry. Sorry, Grammy people. So, okay, next question is, what was the music industry feeling about Donda? I don't even know what that is. to be honest.
Oh, Kanye's album?
Oh yeah, I haven't even heard it because I feel like
Yeah. Wrong guy to ask, to be honest. I listened to it halfway through and decided it wasn't for me. I'm a huge fan. I mean, I'm one of the people who loved Yeezus. Like a lot of people didn't love Yeezus. I absolutely love that record. So I do like weird Kanye. I just am yet. I just didn't make it through. I think I need to sort of skip through a bit faster and get to it. There's probably like 3 tunes on there that I do love. But anyway, my feelings aside, I mean, I don't really know what the whole music industry feels about it. I'm actually unsigned now as well, so I'm like seriously not plugged in, which is great. That's what I want.
I don't want
to. Yeah, I don't really want to know what the music industry's thinking. I'll just do my thing, and if people like it, that's great. But I could definitely ask around. I remember thinking like the first song was very strange because it's just someone saying Donda, like with nothing else going on. I mean, it's different, but yeah, like I'm an enormous Kanye fan. I listen to his music like, at least once a week, and his collaborations with Daft Punk on Yeezus were a big inspiration for me because I think that really pushed things forwards as to how hip hop and dance music can meet in an extremely crazy way. And the fact they made that whole record on, I think it was Janis Joplin's tour bus or something, like at Rick Rubin's house, like the whole thing just gives me goosebumps. I love that record and the old stuff too. Most recent stuff, not for me.
Someone just dropped a Kanye GIF into the stream text. Sorry.
Good. I'm in it for the memes, guys.
We have a question about when's new music dropping. I know you just released
we just did. yeah. It's like 2 weeks old. You gotta give me some time. But new EP out now. Never Enough. 5 tracks. It's out now everywhere. Go have a listen.
It's on Apple Music. It's awesome. In Your Arms is really great. All of it's really great, as usual.
Thank you. Yeah, it's club bangers. You're not going to hear Latch or anything like that on there. It's for clubs to reopen and go crazy to. That was the plan.
Making me long to be in a sweaty warehouse for sure. Yeah,
that's what it's all about. Yeah, we just played in a sweaty warehouse in Glasgow last weekend, and that was exactly the place.
All right, so we have a couple more questions. Given the focus on, I'm sorry. Wow, there's a lot of questions. Do you draw any inspiration from 2001? Did you draw any inspiration from 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Not directly, but it probably would have been subconscious in some way. Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible soundtrack. But visually, I mean, you'd have to ask Reuben that one. For the music for this, nah, I wouldn't have said so. It's a little bit more like Space Odyssey is a bit more ambient and like big, long, sweepy space sounds. This is like the closest inspiration, right, I would say to this musically was we used to have a residency in Ibiza in this place called DC-10. The whole club is red, like Mars, and the music is very much like what I wrote for this one. And it's because I was getting a bit of a DC-10. It's like DC-10 on Mars vibe from this. So if anyone in the chat's been to DC-10 in Ibiza or knows like Martinez Brothers, Jamie Jones, Seth Troxler, like, you know, these kind of people with that kind of sound, that was what I was going for. So the primary link I would say would be my time spent in Ibiza in that club. That's
awesome. So that's the inspiration for that. All right. Gosh, so many questions. This is great. Given the focus on numbers, is there an intentional attempt to use specific numbers or patterns in the creation of your music, or does it just flow?
Yeah, the most popular songs that we've made, and you can decide for yourselves whether they're the best or not, but the most popular ones have always been ones we wrote in like 20 minutes. So that's pure flow.
That's crazy.
It's pure flow state, and that is how we try and write mostly. I would say like the numbers stuff, like it's hard to describe, but I've learned a lot from these. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Oh yeah, a lot of us have.
You know, like the journey that you go on through that with patterns and nature and numbers, Fibonacci, etc. That definitely has taught me to listen to music in a deeper way, and that must affect how it's made for sure. So I wouldn't say it's like a direct, I'm going to make this verse this length for this reason, and this bar is significant of that number. It's more the fact that learning about how everything's connected and how music permeates all of that, and my understanding of that stuff over the last few years has gone up a lot because I just put some time into trying to understand it, because music represents that whole idea without you having to read it. That's the message I get from that place we're not allowed to talk about.
It comes from nature. It's fine. It just goes like that.
Totally natural.
So here's another question. Do you have any plans on doing a live set that incorporates your NFTs? They said that I would love to see a more visually centric performance at a venue like Barbican.
Yeah, for sure. We are already integrating them into the show at the moment. I want to take it to the next step where there is a way that it's interactive with the crowd. I've seen people have QR codes pop up and stuff happens and all of that. But it's been done. I'm always trying to look for something different and new, and I haven't found the one that fits for me right yet. But we literally did just design an entire new show, which we've now played twice. So it's early days. The show is now locked in, and we'll be touring that show for the next year and a half. And so that will develop as we go along. And the visuals for that show are, I think it's the best looking show we've ever put together. And so, there will definitely have to at some point be some of these NFTs because I've spent so long on them and I think they're all really cool. So we should put them up there.
Will any of those shows be broadcast, or will there be a virtual element to them?
I'm sure. I haven't got there yet. It's only, things are only just still opening up. There's plenty of places in the world we can't even do the show yet. So just to have done any show is great. Like we did 2 weeks ago, we headlined, we played in Reading Festival in the UK. That was about 50 or 60,000 people. Just that alone. I mean, I don't need any. I would do no visuals if it was just sound and the people. That's what I miss the most. And so, time will go on and people will get used, I guess, to being back in a crowd and watching shows. And so then we'll need to keep stepping it up. I'm very interested in as well of how I can integrate my newfound Twitch and Discord following into the live shows too, because I've only done production streams before. I've never done a big just show on Twitch. I've done DJ streams from the kitchen, but lockdown stuff. I've not done
not a production.
No. I did have one idea the other day, which I'll give you as an exclusive idea.
Alpha.
I would love to make a tune on Twitch, which I do all the time, from scratch, mint the tune like we did before, but then all of that's happening live, and then we make it backstage at a venue, and then we walk on stage, play that song for the first time off a USB, and then throw the USB in the crowd. So the only people who have it are the people who have the NFT, and then someone in the crowd gets the USB that we put it on, and have that all streamed on Twitch or on Discord at the same time. So that's one idea that cool. I've connected with that I haven't seen done yet. And now I've just told everyone. So it's probably...
Well, you said it here first, so it's on record. So if anyone takes it, it's
I'll mint the idea. I'll
holds up in court.
Stream, and I'll mint the idea for date reference. How about that?
Perfect. All right. So can you give a taste of what happens in your community Discord?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 3 main things. Number 1 is just vibes, people sharing music, and there are multiple different categories in there. People even talking about mental health, a lot of crypto chat as well, NFT chat, sports, just hanging out. Number 2 is the competitions that I run on Twitch. So all of lockdown, I basically spent every week doing a weekly competition where I would start a piece of music, like a little loop or an idea, upload it to Odyssey we use now, which is sick. Shouts to Odyssey on Solana. And the cool thing with Odyssey is you can upload the stems to the tune as well. So I give away the stems, and then subscribers to the Twitch channel can download the stems and remix it. And then on the Monday, I listen back through the top 10 most upvoted tunes by the Discord community, and I give out a bunch of prizes. So that's what it's been really great for, and we've grown it a lot doing that. And it's fun because I give out plugins and download codes and discounts and stuff like that. But I've given away some headphones and synthesizers before, and I even gave away a couple of NFTs as well as a prize as well for someone.
That's awesome.
Which was
I need
cool.
to start playing in those competitions. I want to win a synthesizer.
That's the third thing that's in the Discord is just mad talent. There are so many insanely sick people in there, from singers. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're into music, if you're a singer, you just play guitar a bit or you make beats, any genre, there's a lot of people in there now who are all meeting
That's
each
so cool.
other and collaborating in the Discord. So there's like 3 voice channels, Studio A, B, and C, where they literally make beats by sharing their screen, and they've met
so
people
cool.
in there, and like they're sending me tunes now that they've made through meeting each other there, which is like, I never saw that coming. It's very cool.
That's so cool. That's like, I mean, that's what it's about, bringing people together to make more fun stuff and connect.
Yeah, it's crazy because like when the lockdown happened and all the shows got cancelled, I was like, how are we going to connect with our fans? And we've actually come out of it probably the most connected to our fans we've ever been.
Yeah.
But without like seeing them in real life, because I like know these people's first names. Like I actually know where some of them like are from. You know, usually your fans are just a blur of people.
It's like one giant person
over there. Yeah. Like a massive people. And now it's like I get to know my most diehard fans, because the ones who really want to pick my brain are there every week, and I know them, and that's lovely. It's really cool.
So cool. Someone asked, is the Grammy snub part of the strategy for Snoop appearing in Get Close?
Sure. Yeah 100%. Yeah, that's what it is.
Also, someone asked, what's your favorite enhancement state while songwriting?
Oh, honestly, like totally sober, like well rested, like feeling good. Yeah, seriously, I'm not one of those guys who needs to get off the planet to make something good. I'm actually of the opinion of, if it doesn't sound very good sober, it's not good. Like most people are going to hear it sober, like not at the show perhaps, but you know, if you're aiming for some radio as well and some Spotify action and the rest of it, I don't think like, you know, coming up with and finishing a song off the planet high is going to really help. You know, I love listening to music sober, so it has to sound good sober too. I have tried like making music really drunk or whatever, and it's never worked.
It doesn't work.
Just not for me.
I can't execute art while high. It doesn't.
Right.
My body won't let me. It's like
plenty of people can, and that's sick. You know, if you can, you're gonna love this. My food is here.
All right, that's so funny. That's perfect timing.
Are we done?
Yeah, I mean, we have one comment. Someone said your Discord sounds like an audio NFT project incubator in the making. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you again. I know you've got to get your dinner, and we really appreciate your time and energy. Really excited about this drop. I'm gonna share the link in our stream text. I think you've only got about an hour left on the drop, everybody. So get in there.
Yeah, I hope some people pick it up. We've spent a fair while on this one, so whoever ends up copping it, enjoy it, and maybe I'll see you at a disclosure show one day.
Yes. All right, thank you so much, Guy, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.